right, so before I get all these answers, and questions and stuff like that, how about I ask you guys a couple questions? I feel good. I'm a little nervous right now, so I'm trying to crack smiles and look nice. Just a little too quiet in here, but I'm seeing some smiles now, so I'm getting a little comfortable. I got one right there too. All right, I'm good. Champagne tie, so bow tie. Champagne? I never heard of it, but it sounds good, so I'll go with it.
Okay, we'll get this started. A reminder too, if for some reason you need to leave the room or come back in, please let the door shut softly. It's become a little bit of a distraction, so just be cognizant of that. All right, you ready? Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. We will take questions. Again, please raise your hand. We will get a mic to you and state your name and affiliation. We got a winner over here.
Yeah, David Cloninger with the State newspaper. Dante, you guys had a real good defense last year, but the offense just couldn't get enough points to really make it count. How do you like the new offense under Coach Roper this year? What have you seen from him during spring practice?
The offense looked really good. Coach Roper being able to come in here with the spread, I feel like that's Driscoll's, most comfortable formation right there, just being able to be in his comfort zone and things like that. Got some athletic receivers in DeMarcus Robinson and Chris Thompson and Corinne Dunbar and guys like that can just run and be able to just run routes and things like that. You got a great offensive line with DJ Humphreys and Chaz Green, Max Garcia, basically one of the leaders on the offensive line, just being able to anchor that. So the offense looks really good. The spring was good. It actually went better than what we thought it would be. Everybody caught on really fast. The offense is a hurry-up offense, so for it to be a hurry-up offense and be at the pace that it's at right now is pretty good.
Okay, go over here.
Hey, Dante, Chris Price, WBRZ in Baton Rouge. What's it like to just have some healthy guys around the locker room these days? I know you guys got so beat up by injuries last year. That must be nice.
Yeah, being able to have healthy guys, it's easier than not having having hurt guys. Once you have hurt guys and guys just dropping down one by one, it kind of takes a toll on just not the guys that's on the field, but just the team as a whole, the locker room and things like that. But when things happen like that, you just got to fight through adversity and just keep fighting. That's something that we really put a big emphasis on. Whenever our backs are against the wall, we're going to keep fighting, and we're going to do whatever we got to do to win. And that's what I like about our team this year. We got a lot of hard-working and determined guys that are just ready to get back on the field and just play again.
Right here.
Sandy Hooper with USA Today. There's a big changeover at quarterback across the league. How do you prepare with facing these new quarterbacks that you might not normally have seen before?
I don't know. I guess we'll just take it, a game by game. We watch film on them. So those would be times where we will be able to really get to look at them and things like that. And like you said, it's really some new faces, not a lot of familiar faces, but my job is, to sack them. So I really don't care about this face.
Yeah, Steve Nissom, WEAR Pensacola. Last year ended up such a rough season for you guys. How did you guys handle that? How did it affect the players and maybe affect motivation or preparation or everything?
When you see guys, go down, things like that, like I said, it takes a toll, but, that's when your leadership comes in, just start picking everybody up and tell them we got to keep going no matter what. We just got to keep fighting. And I think, when that happened last year, that'd be a really big advantage for us this year, whatever happens. And we know it's going to be some times, where we're going to have our backs against the wall. And I feel like when we think about that 4-8 season, think about the injuries and all the things, that happen and things like that. That'll help us want to fight even more harder.
Phil Burns, GTN News in Gainesville. Dominic Easley, first-round pick. When he went down last year, that was a big blow to the defense. A lot of people really saw him as the leader of the defense. How have you kind of taken over that role, and has he talking to you at all about being that?
Yeah, just being a leader with Easley. When I was an underclassman when he was here, so he basically took me under his wing. And, he taught me, showed me some ropes and, some pointers out in the game and helped me become a better player. So now that I'm in his role, I would want to do the same thing to the young guys. And that's basically what I try to do, just try to be a mentor, being able to teach those guys things that they don't know because, it's a lot of new guys coming in on that defensive front, that's never played in the SEC game before. So just being able to show them, what they're going to get and things like that. Just being able to be a mentor, it helps you better as a leader, and it helps you and that person that you're teaching, like chemistry, that gets better too as well. So whenever I can do that, I love to do that.
Brian Penner, WAKA Montgomery. Dante, last year Auburn was a team that had a terrible year the year before and came back and won the SEC. Do you guys see them as maybe an example of the type of turnaround you could have this year?
Exactly. The year before last year, they had that bad season. I'm pretty sure they were like, why not us, that we're not used to that, not losing and things like that. So it kind of makes us more hungry. It's something like, like a reality check. Just sit back and see what's really going on. And you don't never want that bad taste in your mouth anymore. So you're going to do whatever it takes not to happen again. And that's something that me and my team, have.
Steve Schneider, WAFB in Baton Rouge. LSU's Tiger Stadium was rated the toughest place in college football in terms of atmosphere. Can remember when the Swamp used to be like that, didn't really show up in the poll. What is the Swamp these days, and how much have you retained or flushed the Georgia Southern game from last year?
We threw, first of all, I will say that the LSU stadium is nice, but I feel like all the SEC stadiums are nice. All college stadiums are nice. Just being able, just to play in front of, thousands of fans and things like that. Just being able to have fun and just have a great experience. But all I can say is August 30th, 7 o'clock, nighttime game in the Swamp. I mean, it gets no better than that. So I feel like that's where the place, that's the number one place. Georgia Southern. That was last year, so I really don't care about Georgia Southern.
Dante, what was the tougher pill to swallow, seeing the SEC not win the national championship last year, or seeing you guys in-state rival take the national championship?
I would say the in-state rivals take national championship because they beat us to get to the national championship. It can always be something we could have prevented them from going from the state championship, and we lost the state. And that's something that we really put a big emphasis on, is beating the East and winning the state. And we didn't do none of those. So that was the most thing.
Mike Kaczarski, Spurs and Feathers, Columbia. I know you probably don't look too far ahead, but are there any particular games you circle on the schedule this year?
I circle all of the games. I feel like this is a special season, so every game is going to be special. Just being able to go out there on Saturdays and just being able to play and just have fun. So every game is circled for me and my team. We're just ready to go back out, have fun and make the Gator Nation happy.
Oh, hi. Cassidy Hill, WCJB Gainesville. As an upperclassman now and more of a leader, Vernon even called you a silent leader, which doesn't seem plausible. But as that leader, are you telling your team to take a 4-8 season and use it as motivation, or to just completely put it behind you and move forward?
Well, you really can't put that behind you and move forward, because that's something that's always going to, stay there forever. It's in the record books. That was the most losing season in Florida history or something like that. So it's something that always going to stay with us, and we're not used to that. So it's a motivation thing. It's a motivational thing going into the season. And like I said, whenever this year it's going to happen, when we fight adversity, just being able to look back to that 4-8 season, I feel like it's going to make us stronger. That 4-8 season only made us stronger.
In the back. Ben Bolton, WRBL in Columbus. Who was the toughest running back you faced last year, and who do you look forward to hitting the most this year?
Everybody. I look forward to hitting everybody this year. It's a lot of great running backs in the SEC. We got the Georgia Gurley guy, and LSU has some pretty good backs. The power teams. TJ Yeldon, I know him, so I know he's a pretty good back and things like that. But we got great backs as well. Honestly, the hardest back I ever tackled was Adam Lane, and he's on my team, to be honest. So,
Mac McAllister, WEAR, Pensacola. Now, Auburn earlier today said the LSU was their epiphany moment to turn their stuff around from last year. I know you don't like to talk about it, but the Georgia Southern game, could that have been your epiphany moment to get your season started coming back this year for the Gators?
That would have been a great win for us if we would have beat Georgia Southern. It would have been a win that we didn't have in a little minute. But other than that, I don't know what else to say about that.
No, what I mean is, would it turn you guys around, thinking it in your mind? We played poorly to this team at a level below us.
Oh yeah. When of course, when you lose, that game in the swamp, that's a big turnaround moment when you think like you will want to. I don't know. I really don't want to talk about the Georgia Southern game. I really don't want to talk about last year, to be honest. But I don't know. We're just ready for this season. I feel good about this season, and I'm just ready to play.
Hey, Dante, Steve Nissom. There seems to be a lot of pressure on Coach Muschamp now and his job situation. How does that make you guys feel as players, and have you seen any kind of difference in him and his approach?
No, that's not going to change us or him. We're going to, stick to our game plan and what we do. We're going to work hard as a team, and, he's going to coach his butt off like he's been doing all his years, and it's nothing's not going to change. Honestly, we really don't listen to none of the outsiders because what really matters is what's inside that facility at that time, and that's us as a team, my brothers and my coaches. And, our job is to keep his job safe. And in order for that, we have to win, and that's something that we're going to do this year.
There's some photos online of a T-shirt with this season's schedule that says the Revenge Tour. Is that kind of the way you guys view it, as last season was an aberration, now it's time to get some revenge? And
yeah.
How excited are you for this season to get going?
Me and my team, we are really excited for this season, especially, knowing what had happened and just being able just to get back out there and play again. Just, the SEC, you got the SEC network now. I feel like college football overall, the atmosphere gets bigger and bigger every year. And, just being able to be with my team and see how hard the players are working and, the dedication that they put into the off-season program that Coach Dillman is doing a really good job in, I would think that it'd be a revenge tour too. We're ready. I think so.
Dante, what do you think of the college football playoff, and how many teams do you think the SEC will put in there this year?
How many teams is it?
Well, it's 4. They'll play semis now.
Well, if it was up to me, I want all 4 SEC teams in there.
Vanessa Casal, Bleacher Report. Who do you think is the most underrated player in the SEC, and who's the toughest guy you've gone up against?
I think the most underrated player in the SEC is DeMarcus Robinson. Being able to see the things that he can do in the off season, just being able to watch him as a freshman, he has some really freakish abilities, that, once he grow up and, mature and things like that, and he'll realize what he has. The sky's the limit for DeMarcus Robinson. And just being able to go against our offensive line and Coach Roper's offense, that's been, helping me, myself, and my defense get better because we're really not used, to that offense. So it's really like Coach Roper and Coach Durkin going against each other every day in practice, and the defense going against the offense because we don't know what's going on. So our job is to try to stop their offense. So it's competition, and it makes us better.
Dante, you've talked before about the conversations you and your dad would have after games and pointers he would give you. What sort of conversations are y'all having this summer, just looking to the upcoming season?
This summer, most of the time when I go home, my parents, they record all the games. So I'm still able to, see all my games from last season. That's basically what we do. He tell me, oh, it's time to get on the couch. I'm like, oh, dang. But, just being able to watch film on what I did last year and basically try to polish my game up and, see some of the things that I did last year that I know not to do again. And coming in this year, I have, a lot of gadgets up my sleeve. Yeah, sometimes. We've been playing the game lately, and he's been beating me, really. I don't know what's been gotten into it. My brother, he left for college, so it's really my little brother he be with, and my little brother plays the game all the time, so I guess that's what they do now. He all of a sudden got so good at it, he thinks he's a Madden king, whatever.
In the middle and the back.
Who would you say is the most overrated player in the SEC? Like offensive guy you've gone up against that you're like, he's.
No, I don't think anybody's overrated. It's the SEC. In my opinion, sheesh. In my opinion, it's the SEC, the best of the best. So the best of the best go here. I don't think it's anybody overrated. It's a lot of great guys I go against.
Great answer.
Avery Wilkes with Gamecock Central. In 2012, Florida kind of blew out the Gamecocks, and then in 2013, South Carolina won in Columbia. How much do you think that home field advantage will help you this year, and how much are you looking forward to having the Gamecocks on your home field?
You know, they beat us last year, so whenever somebody beats you, you have to wait another year just to play them again. You know, you always have, you know, you're amped up, antsy, and ready to play. So I feel like as a team, I think that's the best we ever, you know, played as a team last year. Just coming together as a team. That's one of the things I'm talking about, fighting adversity. Driscoll got hurt, and then, you know, that game you find out that Tyler Moore can't play, and Skylar Morton with the third-string quarterback comes in, and, you know, he leads the offense. And, you know, we really didn't have a bad game that game. You know, some things happened. It slipped out of our hands in our favor, and they won. But as a team, that game, I thought that's what really was my, I feel like our turnaround point, that, you know, this was all we got, so let's fight.
Right here in the middle.
Andrew Alexander, Pelican Broadcasting. What are your thoughts about getting a chance to play in Tuscaloosa against Alabama this year?
Being able to play in Tuscaloosa it's going to be fun. I'm pretty sure Alabama, you know, they're Alabama, we're Florida. You know, we're going to treat it like any other game. I'm pretty sure just as happy as we would want to go to their stadium, they'd be just as happy to play in the swamp. But, you know, just like how they put their parents on, we put our parents on the same way. So we treat it as just a regular game.
What rivals in other conferences do you like to play against?
Rivals, Florida State, Tennessee, all our rivalries. Just every game I love to play in.
In the back.
Last offseason, y'all mentioned that there were moments and scores from the Sugar Bowl up in the locker room. Is there anything up in the locker room this season or this offseason?
That's funny you say that, because actually when I went in the locker room the other day, I saw it was just Georgia Southern Platte, something like that, and I really didn't like it. I wanted to rip it off, but they got it pinned on, so you can't get it off. So it's just something that, you know, we look at, and basically, you know, we just put it in the back of our head, but we just got a lot of fire built up, and we're just ready to play.
Okay, thank you guys.